the Lakers desperately need a trade. They need some sort of movement, sort of traction, right? Now that they're 2-9 on the season, can't wait much longer, right? By the time we actually do get a deal done, it might end up being too late, especially if we're waiting around for a specific player, as reports that we saw yesterday came to light, right? We got the reports that the Lakers want a specific player, and therefore they're not going and just trading Russell Westbrook right now. But we did get a report that the Lakers are looking to trade other players besides Russell Westbrook. Now, Russell Westbrook is the sort of reset button for the Lakers. He's the guy that could get back 3-4 players, but you do have a couple pieces that you could move to go get like one, maybe even two guys that could come in, really make an impact. Although I think the Lakers need several guys. I don't think like just a Buddy Hield and Miles Turner deal automatically makes us a contender. I really don't. I think we need a lot more than that. Would it help and make us better? Absolutely. But how much better? Do we want to be marginally better? Or are we trying to be a contender? Like, that's the big thing, right? Like, say we had Buddy Hield and Miles Turner this year. What? We would have won maybe, let's say, 3 more games? So Buddy Hield and Miles Turner are worth 3 more games than we're already at. We're still not very good. And that's the concern and the problem. But the Lakers want to do something as they wait for that specific player. And so they're looking to move other pieces. So based on this report, in addition, sources have told Hoops Wire, the Lakers are exploring trades of players other than Westbrook again, if it means improving the roster now, Sam Amico of Hoops Wire reported. Problem is, aside from Anthony Davis and LeBron James, there aren't many Lakers that other teams would want, which is true. There's also not many players that, even if other teams would want, not many players that we could actually trade, right? I mean, most of our team outside of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook are just vet minimum deals, right? You do have Patrick Beverley, who's making about $13 million. Then you have Kendrick Nunn that's making about just under $6 million. So right there you have about $18, $19 million that you could use to go get an actual player that could be beneficial. But outside of that, you got Walker, who's making another $6 million. Not a lot of options. So you're looking most likely to package Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, which there are a lot of options out there, surprisingly. I've dove into some here on this channel, but a couple that just immediately come to mind is like we could do like a straight up just go get Miles Turner, right? Maybe take a first round pick, Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, go get Miles Turner. Also, these two are kind of the odd man out, right? Kendrick Nunn has become completely unplayable. I don't know what happened to him. He's been awful. Patrick Beverley hasn't been great either. Defensively, he has his moments of brilliance, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, he's kind of just been another player out there and a huge liability offensively. And that's what this team needs more than anything is offense. So they could take these two, go get like a Terry Rozier, go get a Miles Turner. You could even use Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, who again are expendable, especially if you're keeping Russell Westbrook. Keeping Russell Westbrook, they become expendable because then you also still have, Dennis Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder is a piece that is eventually going to come back. So you don't really need these two guys. And you could go do the Spurs deal without Russell Westbrook. Now, you wouldn't be able to get all 3 guys, but you could get Jakob Poeltl and Josh Richardson for for Kendrick Nunn and Patrick Beverley. So you could literally just take those 2 guys, go get Josh Richardson, go get Jakob Poeltl. Now you got your shooting guard, and you got your your 3-and-D guard wing player, and you got a center. Anthony Davis can now move to the 4. Like, you can literally, it matches perfectly. So you could basically swap 2 players that aren't really providing anything. On top of not really providing anything, they're also 2 guys that aren't really a position of need right now, and go get 2 guys that are a position of need. And you give up a first, I'm sure the Spurs would take it, right? Because, I mean, they're willing to take on Russell Westbrook and his massive salary, give you a trade exception, all that other stuff. I'm sure if you went to them and said, hey, well, we'll give you a first-round pick, and instead of taking Russ, take Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, because they're still expiring contracts. So it's still the same result, right? And the Spurs could still waive them, and there you go. All is right in the world. So that is very likely if we are to get a trade or we are to get a move. Not necessarily the Spurs trade specifically, but those are probably the pieces we're moving, right? Do you move Walker if the right deal is in line? Maybe. If some team like really likes Walker and maybe wants to keep him for the long haul, possibly. But it depends on what you're getting back, because like Walker's just been so good for the Lakers. Night in, night out, he's guarding the best player on the other team and still averaging 16 a game. Right? He's like our best 3-and-D guy on the team. So you want to keep him, and then you want to it looks like keep Russell Westbrook until they find their specific player, whoever that is. And it's just, I don't know. The Lakers got to do something though, right? Go get Jakob Poeltl, go get Josh Richardson, keep Russell Westbrook, and then wait and see. Because if you do that deal, right, then you still have 1 first and you still have Russell Westbrook, plus a ton of second round picks, stuff like that. And as you get closer to the trade deadline, you could probably get a better deal, and you probably get teams more willing to just take 1 first round pick. And now if you could use Russell Westbrook to go get 3 or 4 players, now you're in business, right? Or go get Miles Turner. Like I said, Miles Turner wants to be a Laker. The Lakers could really use Miles Turner. My only concern from day one with getting Miles Turner is like, one, besides, I don't think he makes us that much better, but my concern is that if it doesn't work out, you're in trouble, right? You have no way out if you trade Russell Westbrook for Patrick Beverley for Miles Turner and Buddy Hield, you're stuck, right? But if you only trade for Miles Turner, now you're not stuck if it doesn't work out. Because Miles Turner has had trouble playing with other bigs in the past. He has injury history. He wants 20 plus million. He can be kind of hot and cold. Like one night he'll get you 37, the next night he'll get you 9 or something like that. Lack of consistency, stuff like that. But he is a great talent. Block shots, spread the floor, do a little bit of everything. So I wouldn't mind Miles Turner at all on the Lakers, especially if you're not taking on Buddy Hield's contract. And it's not because Buddy Hield isn't a good player or that I wouldn't want Buddy Hield. I just think him individually as your sole 3-point shooter isn't changing the fates of the Lakers. Not just that, but again, you're stuck because his multi-year deal, and between him, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, that's all your cap space. So if it doesn't work out with Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, you have no choices. But if you could just go get Miles Turner for, Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn, and then still have Russ in a first, well, then maybe you could use Russ and that first and go get, 3 players. Go get a trade exception with, say Doug McDermott and Josh Richardson. And then maybe you could use a trade exception to go get Buddy Hield or, work out a 3-team deal or something like that. Just gives you options, gives you possibilities. But at the end of the day, Lakers, they got to do something. You're 2-9. LeBron got hurt. You could end up being 2-18 by the time you get through 20 games and your season's over. Unless you go on like a 30-game win streak. Like, it's crazy. I think at some point, sooner rather than later, they're going to have to make a move. They're going to have to do something. If I'm being honest, I still think we're about at least a week away, but hopefully it comes sooner. But as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think of this news? Do you think the Lakers get a deal done? Do you think they don't? Do you want them to get a deal done? Do you not? What deal would you do without Russell Westbrook? What kind of trade would you put together to unload Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn? Because those are the only 2 I see, right? Those are the only 2 that are expendable that you can use, Russell Westbrook for the big play, the big move, the trade to go get 3, 4, 5 guys. Because again, that's the only way I really see the Lakers season completely turning around, is the Lakers need several players, several guys that can come in, not just 1 or 2 guys. I think we need 3, 4, maybe even 5 guys, because we have some great solid rotation guys, but not starting level guys. Like Troy Brown has been great for us, but he's not your 3rd, 4th best player. Walker has been great for us, but he's not your 3rd, 4th best player right now, right? At least in the position that we're in, right? I think we need some starting level guys. So those kind of guys can go to like, being our fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth best player. And now we're just really good, really deep, everything. I mean, look at like the Clippers, right? They're 15 guys deep, like legitimately like 15 guys deep. But again, we'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions, good, bad, ugly, somewhere between. Let me know down in the comment section below.